Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 1 English lesson on to be and to have. And before we start, we're going to log on to a+students.ca. Once you've logged on to a+students.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts, grade 1. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of to be and to have. All right. So our chapter is to be and to have. Our subject is English Language Arts, grade 1. And then our lessons that we're going to be focusing on under the chapter of to be and to have is to be, use the correct present tense form, and to be also use the correct past tense form. All right. So when it comes to be, right? Then we have our present tense form and we have our past tense form, right? Present tense form, it basically shows something that is happening now, right? It's in the present. And then the past tense form, it is something that happened in the past. It happened already, right? But now, when it comes to this context of to be and to have, right, where we need to use the present tense or the past tense form, then it will basically show us what we need to use when it comes to referring either to one person, animal, place, or thing, or referring to more than one person, animal, place, or thing. Or if you only basically referring to yourself by using the word I, right? So we are going to use certain words, basically like verbs, either in the present or in the past, to basically show us what the person, animal, place, or thing is doing. All right. So we can use the word ease. So the word ease, right? So we can use the word ease if the sentence is either about one person or the sentence is about one animal, one place, or even one thing, right? We're referring to one person, one animal, one place, and one thing, right? And if we look at an example of how we can use the word is, right, then it says Mary is funny because we are saying that one person is, right, funny. And then if we look at another sentence, it says it is soft, right? Because now it refers to either Mary doing something or it refers to something, right, being soft. So, which means that when we either refer to one person or we refer to one animal or one place or we refer to one thing, then we use the word is. Then we also have the word are. So we use the word are. I'm going to write it down. So this word we use if the sentence is either about more than one person, more than one animal, more than one place, or more than one thing. We're referring to anything that is two or more, right? Also, if you are maybe making mention of you, right? So the sentence is about you. For example, saying you are going to the beach. You are staying by a friend. You are going to your granny, right? If we use the word you, then it means that we should also use are within that sentence. And if we look at examples, right, we can say Jake and Ron. Remember, Jake and Ron, it refers to two people, right? So Jake and Ron are late, right? So even if we were to say Jake, if we refer to Jake and Ron, we can then say they or the boys because it's making mention of more than one person. So which means we're saying Jake and Ron are late. So if we're saying two or more people are doing something, then we use the word are. So let's say, for example, there's 6 students in the chat. Then we say the students, because I'm making mention of the 6 students. So the students are, do you see, I use the word are, let's say, listening to, I'm just going to say Miss K, right? So the students are listening to Miss K. Because you're making mention of more than one person. If we go back to ease, right? If we go back to ease, we said we use ease if the sentence is about one person, one animal, one place, or one thing, right? Let's say, for example, we say Nanny is going to the zoo, right? And then we say Gabby, because we're referring to one person going. Gabby is either going to the zoo or Gabby is funny or let's say Gabby is beautiful. Let's do it like that. right? So we say Gabby is beautiful. Or if we were to make mention of more than one person, more than one girl, right? Then we can say Gabby and her sisters are beautiful because we're referring to two people. But if we're referring to one person, we use the word is. If we're referring to more than one person, we say are. Another one says we are behind you. Remember, we refers to two or more people. We are behind you. Not just me, but we. We can be your family members, your sisters, your brothers, your friends, your classmates, but we are behind you. Remember, we said that we can also use the word are if the sentence is about you, right? So if you want to make mention of somebody else, then you can say, you are so nice. You are so beautiful because you're referring to someone else. So that is saying you, but it's like you're saying it to someone directly, right? You are clever, or you are smart, or you are funny, right? That is when we use the word are. Then we can use the word am. So we use the word am if the sentence is about I, right? For example, I say I am here, or you can say I am. This is grade 3, this is grade 1, so we can say I am, I think 7 years old or 6 years old, right? So I am 7 years old, I am 6 years old, I am smart, right? I am beautiful, right? So that is how we use am. And that is why we're saying when it comes to be, we need to know how to use the correct present tense form or how to use the correct past tense form. And that is what we are going to find out within our lesson or our chapter today. So once again, we use is if the sentence is referring to one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. We use are if the sentence is about more than one person, animal, place, or thing, or if the sentence is about you. And we use the word am if the sentence is about I. All right, so now let's look at this activity, right? We either need to, for example, use is, are, or we need to use am to complete the sentence, right? The first one says, that funny clown refers to one clown. That funny clown, do we say is from the circus, are from the circus, or am from the circus? All right, so if we were to choose the correct one, then we can say that funny cloud. Why am I saying cloud? That funny clown. Oopsie. So we say that funny clown is from the circus. So is our answer. So that funny clown is from the circus. All right, if we look at the next one, right? The next one says, the eggs. Do we say the eggs? We are referring to more than one eggs, right? So we say the eggs is brown and white, or do we say the eggs are brown and white, or do we say the eggs am brown and white? So we need to choose either is, are, or am. And if we were to choose the correct one, we would say the eggs are, because we are making mention of more than one egg. So we can say the eggs are brown and white. All right, now we're going on to the next one. It says Jake. Do we say Jake is a great friend? Or do we say Jake are a great friend? Or do we say Jake am a great friend? All right, so we can then say if we're referring to Jake, only Jake, Jake being one person, then we can say Jake is a great friend because we are making mention of one person being Jake. All right, if we're going on to the next one, and then we can say grandma, referring to one person, which is grandma. Do we say grandma is here? Do we say grandma are here? Or do we say grandma am here? So grandma, referring to one person. Do we say grandma is here, grandma are here, or grandma am here? And if we were to choose the correct one, we would say grandma is here because we're referring to one person. All right, the next one says, your shoes and socks. We are not referring to more than one things, right? Because shoes is two or more, socks are more than one. So do we say your shoes and socks is out in the rain? Or do we say your shoes and socks are out in the rain? Or do we say your shoes and socks am out in the rain? We need to choose the correct one. All right, and if we choose the correct one, which one? You're saying is are. So which one? It says your shoes and socks. Do we say is out in the rain, are out in the rain, or am out in the rain? You need to choose one of that. We are referring to more than one. More than one shoe, more than one sock. Do we say is or are or am? We're referring to it being more than one. And if we were to choose the correct one, we would say your shoes and socks are out in the rain. Yes, are is correct. Well done, because are refers to something or being, it just refers to being more than one. There being more than one sock, more than one shoe, right? We are referring to more than one. So well done. So the last one, it says she, referring to one person. Do we say she is at Blake's birthday party? Do we say she are at Blake's birthday party? Or do we say she am at Blake's birthday party? Which one is correct? All right. And if we were to choose our correct our correct answer, right, which refers to she, one person, then we say she is at Blake's birthday party because we're referring to one person, right? So before we go to A plus students.ca, remember we use is, right? Like over here, we use is if the sentence is either about one person, one animal, one place, or one thing. We use the word are right? If the sentence is about more than one person, more than one animal, more than one place, or more than one thing. And we also use are if the sentence is about you, like you are strong, you are smart, you are beautiful. And then we use the word am, like over here, where we say, when we use am if the sentence is about I. So if you say I did something, then you're going to say I am 7 years old. I am smart. I am beautiful. I am tall. I am short, right? So that is how we use is, are, and am. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca. Oopsie. And then we're going to our first lesson, which is to be. Use the correct present tense form, right? And this is once again where we are going to use is, are, as well as am within our sentence. So here they say we need to complete the sentence, right? Your surprise, referring to one person's surprise, the one person coming, the surprise, right? Do we say your surprise is in the box? Do we say your surprise are in the box? Or your surprise am in the box? We need to choose the correct one. Your surprise. Your surprise is in the box, am in the box, are in the box. All right, and if we were to choose the correct form, we will say, your surprise is in the box, because we are making mention of one person, right? So your surprise is in the box. So is our correct form. All right, yes. Get the next one. Grandma. Do we say grandma is here? Do we say grandma are here? Or do we say grandma am here? So grandma is here, grandma am here, or grandma are here. Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct one, we can say grandma is here, right? So grandma is here. We're referring to one person. Grandma is one person, right? So we say grandma is. If I were to say nanny is here, Gabby is here, or use anybody else's name, then we say easier. But all the students are here. Get the last one. It says we. We refers to more than one person, more than one person, right? So we say we. Do we say we is at the zoo with grandpa? We are at the zoo with grandpa, or we am at the zoo with grandpa? Which one is correct? We is at the zoo with grandpa. We are at the zoo with grandpa. Or do we say we am at the zoo with grandpa? And if we choose the correct answer, because we're referring to more than one person, we can say we are at the zoo with Grandpa. Because now we are making mention of more than one person. All right, so now we're going on to our test. We need to complete the sentence. It says Jake, right? It refers to one person. Do we say Jake are a best or a great friend? Or do we say Jake, sorry, is a great friend? So option one, Jake are a great friend, or do we say Jake is a great friend? Ah, I don't even see you guys. So which option? Option one or option two? All right, and if we were to choose the correct one, we would say Jake is a great friend because we are referring to one person, which is Jake. Now we either need to choose are or is. All right, so we only use is or are. Let's look at the next one. It says the eggs, referring to more than one egg. Do we say the eggs are brown and white, or do we say the eggs is brown and white? All right. So we can say the eggs are because we're referring to more than one egg. All right. The next one says she, which refers to one person. Do we say she is at Blake's birthday party? Or do we say she are at Blake's birthday party? So she is option one or she are at Blake's birthday party? Which one is correct? She, we're referring to one person. If we're referring to one person, do we say she is at Blake's birthday party or she are at Blake's birthday party? Which one is correct? We're referring to one person. All right, then if we were to choose the correct one, we will say she is at Blake's birthday party. All right, we say we referring to more than one person. We refers to more than one person. Do we say we are at the zoo with grandpa? Or do we say we am at the zoo with grandpa? So do we say we are at the zoo with grandpa or we am at the zoo with grandpa? All right, and we can say we are at the zoo with grandpa because we're referring to more than one person that is somewhere or doing something. All right, so now we're going to use the correct form in the past tense, right? And when we use the words in the past tense, right, then we're going to use either was or we're going to use were, right, to show or to talk about one person or one thing or one animal or one place, right? So, for example, we can say use was. So, we use the word was, right? So we're going to use was if the sentence is talking about one person, one animal, one place, one thing. Then we use was because we're referring to the past, right? So we can, for example, say Mary was funny, right? She's not now, but I mean in the past, which is yesterday, Mary was funny. It was soft. Or we can also refer to I when we talk about I. Then you can either then you say I was here because I am one person, right? Then we use the word was. We use were if the sentence is about more than one person, more than one animal, more than one place, or more than one thing. And we can also use the word were if we're referring to the word you. So if we are talking about another person, then we say you are 7 years old. You are beautiful, right? You were, did I not say are? You were, sorry, you were sitting at the park, right? You were nice when I asked you a question. We were behind you. Jake and Ron were late because we're either referring to more than one person, animal, place, or thing, or we're referring to you. Right? So now let's go to our test. We're either going to use was or we're going to use were in our past tense to refer to someone, something, animals, or places, right? But in the past tense. All right, so if we want to refer to someone in the past tense that did something, then we can say, I, right? Do we say I was mad at my sister this morning? Or do we say I were mad at my sister this morning? Which one is correct? I was mad at my sister this morning. Or do I say I were mad at my sister this morning? All right. And if we were to choose the correct one, we can say I was, because we're referring to one person. So we say, I was mad at my sister this morning. All right, the next one says, the road, referring to one road. Do we say the road was flat and long? Or do we say the road were flat and long? The road, referring to one road. Do we say the road was flat and long? Or the road were flat and long? Yes, and if we were to choose the correct one, then yes, we can say the road was flat and long. So well done. Was is correct. All right, the next one, the fire. The fire. Do we say the fire were in the hills or the fire was in the hills? The fire were in the hills or the fire was in the hills? And if we were to choose the correct one, we can say the fire was in the hills. All right, the next one says the rabbits. Do we say the rabbits was fluffy or the rabbits were fluffy? This is the last one. The rabbits were fluffy or the rabbits was fluffy? All right, so we can say the rabbits, referring to more than one rabbit, they were fluffy, right? Because we're referring to more than one rabbit. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson, right? On to be and to have, and we said that we are going to use the correct present tense form, and when we use the correct tense form, then if we refer to one person, animal, place, or thing, then we use the word is. We refer to more than one person, animal, or thing, we use the word are. If we refer to you, then we say are doing something. If we refer to I, then we say I am, right? And then in the past tense, right, we're referring to one person, animal, place, or thing that did something in the past, then we say was. And if we refer to more than one person, animal, place, or thing that did something in the past, then we say were. Right, so this is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade ones. I really hope that you're going to have a